Welcome to a new episode of Delphine Circle, where we uncover the mind, body, and spirit of success. Subscribe now for free to receive updates on the latest interviews. Then, sit back, relax, and tune in. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mind, Body, and Spirit on Delphine Circle. We're back at the WHAM Clinic in Newport Beach, California with Dr. Matthew Bennett.
Hello, Delphine.
Hi,
thanks for coming back.
So excited to be back. You know how much I love this place.
Absolutely.
So today we're here to talk about the Cvac.
Yes.
I had the experience last time I was here to be able to get in and try it. It was pretty awesome, I have to say. I mean, I really felt like I was in astronaut training.
Right. It does feel like that.
It did. So tell us a little bit about the Cvac. What is the technology behind it, and am I ready for NASA?
Now you are, okay? Basically, Cvac is called Cvac because it's called cyclic variations in adaptive conditioning. It's a lot of scientific words for basically simple things like it squeezes and relaxes all the cells in your body. That's exactly what it means.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the benefit of doing that?
So imagine you're a normal person that goes throughout the day. You're utilizing a lot of your muscles, right? The muscles have waste products. Where the waste products go? In the lymphatic system. They're pretty much the drainage, they're the sewer of your body. I'm making it kind of a little easy, but it's a sewer of your body. So your body has to get rid of the waste products in that canals. This allows your body to, it squeezes those canals, relaxes them. So it allows the lymphatic system to drain.
So it allows the lymphatic system to drain. Doesn't our body do that naturally?
It does, but sometimes because of the waste products, let's say you eat more than your allotted calories a day, okay? So you have a lot more waste products going into the lymphatic system, or let's say you have inflammation. Let's say you're eating something your body doesn't like and it creates inflammation all day long. So those inflammation causes clogging of these lymphatic systems, especially the glymphatics, which is the brain's different version of the lymphatic system of your body. So if you can't get rid of these waste products, what happens? You feel drained. You feel tired. You can't think properly. You just can't focus on things. You say something called, oh God, I just don't feel right. I'm not with myself. Those are the problems that happens when your lymphatic and your glymphatic system are clogged up.
So how does this help with endurance? Because as I understand it, this is also a machine that a lot of athletes use for endurance training.
Absolutely correct. So you're a good, clean machine. Athletes are clean. They eat well. They're always working out. So the lymphatic system is really clean. So this goes beyond the lymphatic system now. It goes with the nutritional introduction of the body. What does that mean? So let's say they're working out, they're doing everything perfectly, but they don't get enough oxygen or the supply of nutrition to the cells. When they do a Cvac, the Cvac allows the body to make more blood cells naturally without doping. That's a bad word used nowadays, called blood doping back in a few years ago. So this is a natural way of your body creating more blood. When you have more blood, you're allowed to take nutrition, which is oxygen, to the body parts that require more oxygen. The more oxygen you have, the more ATP you create. The more ATP you have, the more energy for either DNA repair. When you're an athlete, you need something to recover very quickly. So it allows you to recover very fast. So this has been used by athletes to recover quickly, to be able to endure more stress. So if they're long distance runners, they've actually been proven to run longer. Wow. Endurance increases tremendously.
So if you're not a pro athlete, I mean, does the average person, would this help with heart conditions or lung conditions or anything else?
This can be used by anyone. We even have a newborn that was placed in one of the, yes, a Cvac was used by a newborn, literally a few weeks old. The parents brought it just because they knew the efficacy of the removal of the waste products in the lymphatic system. Children are being raised, well, I apologize, children have a tremendous amount of metabolic rate when they're young. The brain expands at a tremendous rate. It's multiplying to create more neurons, more waste product. If you put them in the Cvac at an early age, those waste products come out very quickly. The body's waste products come out very quickly. So they actually are in a cleansed state. So they get more nutrition, more oxygen, So they actually have a higher IQ when you're born and you use the Cvac at a very early age. Normal individuals, anyone, doesn't matter what state you are. The only person that cannot use the Cvac is anyone with inflammation exactly in this area, which is the eustachian tube, the nasal cavity, or the throat, because the ability for them to equilibrate in the eustachian tube is not there. Otherwise, anyone else can use it to the benefit of having more energy, being able to increase stamina, okay, being able to focus, because you're cleaning the drainage of the brain. All the stuff, all the waste products that are supposed to come out during sleep, they've seen that when we sleep, actually the drainage, the lymphatic system opens up more. So you decrease the waste products faster rate than when you're in the day. During the day, you're walking around, you're moving your muscles, you have to remove the waste products. Otherwise, you get the uric acid buildup, lactic acid buildup, and then you get, oh my God, my muscles are tired, I don't feel good. Why do I get all this aches and pains? But you go into a Cvac, comes right out.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's amazing what it can do.
So it seems like it's just one big detoxification
It
process.
is phenomenal. That's what we do stacking here at WHAM. So we detox with the Cvac, we rejuvenate with HBOT or hyperbaric. That's our forte.
Nice. So because this is a detoxification, do you use it for people who are going through rehabilitation for addiction or drugs or anything like that?
Yes, it can be used, but you have to be careful. Because the detoxification is so profound at some points, you can't really put everyone in there to do a detox because the kidneys can't keep up with the amount of waste products. So what happens is they get into a Cvac, while they're trying to detox, they get a big detox and they feel worse than when they went in. So it has to be a balance. Yes, that's a balance in there where you just do like a few minutes. You don't do a 20-minute one. You do a 5 or 10-minute startup, and then you gradually work your way up the tier to be able to get a really good cleanse with the Cvac system.
So how long is somebody in the treatment? How long does it run?
Treatment is recommendation from studies have shown that if you do 2 20-minute treatments back to back, 2 to 3 times a week, it's extremely beneficial. But the more you do it, the better it is. We actually have patients that use it almost 3 to 4 times a day. So that means an hour, yes, hour to hour and 20 minutes, 5 times a week. And they feel fantastic. So there is really no limit to using it. It's just time is the limit, not the actual usage of the Cvac. So their minimum is 2 20-minute periods during the day.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's
it's
incredible.
amazing.
Wow. So have you used this technology yourself?
Absolutely. Everything here at WHAM I've used. I'm pretty much the research doctor. So I use my body as unfortunate the template for all the problems to occur. I do everything. I use everything. If it works and I can see that there's an efficacy, absolutely we're going to use it at WHAM.
So explain the difference, because probably the most common device that people have heard about is the hyperbaric, right?
Yes.
It's got a lot of press. How does the Cvac compare to hyperbaric?
So hyperbaric means oxygen supply, more oxygen, right? Cvac is hypobaric. So the cyclic variations means they're going to take out oxygen, very quickly put it back in. So you have cyclic variations in compression and release. So your body goes into the state, of course, it's a tier, right? So your body says, hey, there's low oxygen, so we have to provide more red blood cells in order to be able to create the energy required for the cells of your body to perform normal functions. You see, that's why normal people can come in here. They get an increase in red blood cells. They feel better. They get more energy because there's more oxygen provided to the cells of their body. The lymphatic system are cleaned. So when you get rid of waste products very quickly, you can utilize more nutrition.
Oh my gosh, I want to sign up. It sounds so positive. I want to feel great.
It is.
This is incredible. So tell me a little bit about how long has this technology been around?
It's been around for quite a few years. It hasn't been technically perfected until just about 10, 15 years ago.
Okay, so it's still fairly new.
Yes, it is. And every year they keep making it better and better. So the bottleneck is the technology in terms of the computer system. the way that the mechanical compression and decompression can keep up with the way the computer states take them up to 20, 30,000 feet and bring them back down very quickly. So what's happening is patients, depending on the tier they're at, they go up in height, which is 5,000, 10,000 feet. They're brought back down very quickly. We're talking over a few seconds. That's why you don't get the feeling that you're suffocating, right? Because it pushes air in, fresh air in, removes air out, pulls air out. Okay, so there is no feeling that you feel like, oh my God, I can't breathe. That doesn't get in there because it's so quick. The transitions are so quick, but the signaling that occurs in your body is what's important. That signal tells the brain, hey, we're in a hypoxic state. We have to make more red blood cells to be able to absorb as much oxygen from the lungs as possible. That's what's important.
So it would sound like with all of that influx, does that strengthen the lungs as well?
It strengthens the lungs. It helps improve the heart. It improves the ability for your body to sleep. People we have many patients state that after using it for about a couple of weeks, their sleep patterns improve. That's because of the removal of the waste product from the lymphatic system very quickly. So they're able to relax. The parasympathetic system kicks in when you have this pressure and removal of pressure. Okay, the parasympathetic system kicks in and the body relaxes. So when you're in a Cvac, you feel like, oh my goodness, the weight of the world is gone. That's why people, when they leave, they say, wow, I'm relaxed, because the parasympathetic system has kicked in. Mm-hmm. The brain relaxes, the body relaxes, the GI relaxes. If you relax the GI, there's no more sympathetic, parasympathetic. You relax the brain, parasympathetic.
That's so cool. When I was in it, I remember thinking that I did have a very relaxed state. Like I almost felt like I wanted to just go into a meditative state. But I feel like that in a plane. Like when planes take off, I love that feeling.
Yes.
For people who are sensitive to flight or don't like to fly, would this trigger the same type of negative response?
We've had those patients come in and they're saying they're claustrophobic or they're afraid of going up in a plane. They had issues going up in a plane, and they come in and surprisingly, they're not claustrophobic. When they see that the opening is so large, they can see everything, that there's a switch that they can push it and it stops everything right away. They're more comfortable. They're able to go in and finish an entire session. But what we do initially is we do a 5-minute quick session to get them acclimated to the pressure release and all the other symptoms that occur when you're in there, like, oh my God, am I going to be suffocating? All those things disappear, all those feelings disappear. So it relaxes them. So they have a nice session, 20-minute session when they come in.
So aside from just getting used to the feeling, because it is a little bit unique when I was in there, I was kind of popping, trying to relax my ears. Is there any ongoing side effects? Is there any negative side effects that people experience?
No, the only negative side effects would be anyone, again, with any inflammation around the nasal cavity or the eustachian tube. If you have a cold, if you have chronic inflammation that you just have an issue with your inner ear, or anyone that has problems going up in an airplane or coming down in an airplane, if they have chronic conditions such as that, yes, they're not a candidate to do this kind of therapy. But anyone else can do this therapy. It's amazing what it can do. It's absolutely amazing what we've seen here.
And when clients start out using it, how quickly do they start noticing results?
So this is a therapy that requires minimum of about 3 to 5 sessions, which means 3 to 5 days, doing it 2 to 3 times a day. After a week, they see the first symptom they tell us usually is the sleep. They're so relaxed during sleep. Or we even had diabetics. Diabetics come in here, they try the Cvac and they say, is it something with me or is it the machine that's causing my sugars to go down? They have to use less, of their medicine, which is incredible. And we've seen that in a couple of our patients that come in here and try this, is that the sugar level goes down. They have to use less medicine, which is incredible.
It is. Anybody that's diabetic would be a great candidate.
Diabetics, COPD, anyone wants to do any kind of athletics, anyone that has problem with sleeping, insomnia, this is amazing tool for them to be able to use. No medication. No medication.
I love this.
Yes.
We're getting everybody off of pharmaceuticals.
That's right.
That's the goal. Okay, so I know you have a client here, Holly. Tell me a little bit about Holly's story and why you prescribed Cvac for her.
Yes, Holly, Damon, our patient coordinator, is going to show an example of how we do Cvac.
Okay.
Holly's condition was quite amazing. So she had a TBI. She was hit by a car while she was on her scooter.
Traumatic brain injury.
Correct, traumatic brain injury. And when she fell, she cracked her head and had an opening in her skull. Yes, and started having seizures very quickly. She's been to many doctors. She's been to many therapies, and they haven't, even with medication, she was on 4 medications when she came to us, and she could not stop the seizures. What was amazing is that after we did hyperbarics and Cvac, we started with Cvac first, then hyperbarics, within a week, she stopped seizing completely. Completely. And now she's off all medications. I mean, now it's been a couple of months, but it took a while for her brain to be able to rejuvenate the conditions that caused the TBI to occur. Okay? The inflammation, all the buildup of toxins. Once you remove those, the brain goes back. The brain's able to make new neurons. It's a possibility. So she now has absolutely no seizures at all whatsoever. And all her other problems, she had problems with memory. She had problems with thought. She had issues with concentration. Everything has disappeared. It's not 100% in terms of the memory and things, but the seizures are 100% gone. Not one seizure ever since she started it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing story.
I can't
amazing
wait
story.
To meet her.
No medications.
All right, time to get out. You're still there.
Ta-da. Yep.
They didn't beam you up. So how does it feel in there?
Great. It's kind of like when you take off like an airplane.
Okay.
You get a little bit sleepy, like with the elevation change.
Okay.
And yeah, it feels like similar to being in an airplane.
Okay, so do you have to keep clearing your ears?
A little bit, but it's not painful at all. But you clear your ears a little bit.
Okay, awesome. And now tell us a little bit about it. How long have you been using Cvac?
I've been using it for a couple months now. The reason I started using it is because I was having seizures, and I had a trip planned to go hike Half Dome, and they were worried with the elevation, what that was going to do for my brain and stability and all that. So I did this for 2 weeks before, leading up to it, and I didn't get sick at all for like altitude sickness, but I also didn't have a seizure. So it's helped a lot with my seizures and sleep and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how often are you coming?
A couple times a week.
Great.
Yeah, now a couple times a week.
Yeah, and so you say your sleep has been improved as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's incredible. All right. Well, you're a true believer then.
I am. I'm a true believer.
Awesome. Well, Thank you so much, Holly.
Thanks.
So Damon, you are the client coordinator here at WHAM Clinic in Newport Beach, California.
I am.
Every time I come in, I get to see your smiling face, so I know you are the guy behind the operations. How long have you been working here?
I think I started right around the beginning of the year, so it was like early February.
It's a new clinic, and so
Brand new,
excited to have you here with us in Newport Beach. Now tell me, with all of these devices, do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, absolutely. Be the Cvac.
The Cvac. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking to Dr. Bennett about that. What makes the Cvac your favorite?
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint. I mean, I love kind of everything we do here, but just it's like it wakes me up in the morning. You know, it's hard to explain until you've actually tried it.
Yeah.
But what it gives you, or it gives me in the morning is, you know, I feel alert, mental clarity, and awake, and I'm ready to charge the day.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So tell me, give me an example of a client that has used Cvac and how it's helped them.
We, for instance, we just had a fighter that was training for a big fight that was coming up. It was maybe a month ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he was coming in doing Cvac along with hyperbaric a couple times a week in preparation for the fight, and then for the recovery aspect of it after.
It must help them recover pretty quickly.
I believe it did. I mean, he won.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So clients that come here don't necessarily have to have a pre-existing condition they're trying to fix. It can literally just help them with their day-to-day wellness.
Absolutely. Yeah, just overall wellness.
Be the best version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's working for you. You look great.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, David. Okay, Dr. Bennett, I want to know more about you. Tell me a little bit about your past training and experience that led you to all of these incredible technologies.
Well, my background and my past experiences start at the university level. I've always been a tinker. I always loved chemistry or organic chemistry, biology. I was always fascinated with it. So I concentrated my studies in university in those areas, chemistry, biochemistry, and learning about the body. Then when I went to medical school, I used those and the ability to learn how to manipulate the body by using all the tools that I have, which is my knowledge for herbs and vitamins and minerals to be able to heal the body naturally without needing any kind of medication. Such as, did you know that if you used onion or garlic, it's great for hypertension, great for as a surfactant for the lungs, for
Really?
infections. Absolutely. The purple onion is excellent. Those things are things that I used throughout my career to help me with any kind of ailment that I had, and especially the recovery. I did get COVID, okay, but I recovered within 2 to 3 days by utilizing some of these modalities that I mentioned. Okay, it's very important to be able to be healthy so you can bounce back very quickly. That is what we do here at WHAM. We use stacking to be able to help people recover from their chronic illness very quickly.
So stacking is using multiple types of innovations and technologies together, combined.
Absolutely. Very, very important. Yeah. Such as we talked about Cvac and hyperbaric. Each one is specific for a certain part of the body. You're talking about detoxification and rejuvenation, which work wonders together, which is important.
I love it. And the hyperbaric is, obviously you have 3 of them here, so it's a technology that you're really in support of, and you use that technology in conjunction with your other modalities.
Absolutely, 100%. If there was one modality that I had to pick that will be the least expensive, that will give me the most benefit for me, it would be hyperbaric.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
So do you recommend that to all of your clients?
All the clients. 2 things that I would recommend to keep the doctor away, keep you healthy, would be Cvac, detoxification, hyperbaric for rejuvenation.
Well, I am in love with the red light bed because of the skin benefits, and it makes us look young. So I'm going to have to add that to my
Absolutely.
stacking.
Absolutely. Again, those are all excellent modalities that not only help you on the outside, they help you on the inside. That's what's excellent about the trifecta. The frequency that it gives besides the outside frequency, which is the 660 nanometer and the infrared light. It's amazing how the frequency that you pick, 2 frequencies, can help you with your health, can help you with your digestion, can help you with other modalities. The frequency from 1 to 5,000.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
It's the new generation,
It's
isn't
the new
it, right?
generation.
We're not going to age the way our
No,
parents
we're
did.
not. No.
It's going to be a
Future
new
of
thing.
medicine,
Yeah.
frequency and wave-based.
I love it. Dr. Bennett, what does your own personal daily routine include?
That one's a tough one. I can't do without a cup of coffee. I love my coffee. But I do come do a Cvac because, my opinion, there's no good without bad. My bad is coffee, but I also think coffee does do some good. So I use Cvac. Cvac is a way of detoxifying your body. So that's why I love Cvac. Cvac for me is a way, I hate to say this, but being bad can sometimes make you feel good, but this is my remedy for being bad. Yeah. I have an option of being bad by doing something very good.
There you go.
So I hate to say it, but
so coffee, Cvac.
I use something called EBO2 or something else called inoculum. So those are 2 modalities that actually help me keep young on the inside.
Interesting. Is
Okay,
that
yeah.
something you offer here at the clinic?
Yes, we do. They're both offered here. They're both for rejuvenation. They're both for keeping you healthy. One, the Noculumen, is to enhance your own blood without adding anything to it. Okay, it enhances your immune system. The other one, called an EBO2, removes inflammation. So if there are inflammation, you can remove it using a filter, and then you ozonate your blood, and put it back in. Nothing is added, nothing is subtracted. That's what we love here. We don't like giving extra things that you don't need. But every once in a while, you do need an IV for, let's say, like a Myers cocktail or a modified Myers or anything else that your body, peptides, amino acids, those are all necessary for someone who does have a lifestyle that is stressed, someone whose lifestyle that requires a lot of go, 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 go. Those are important to help aid in the detoxification. Or you're not eating well, you need those to be able to supplement your diet.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're keeping up with everything and it's working because you look
Well,
amazing.
I thank you very much. I try. I'm trying.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for having us here.
Thank you very much, Delphine. I really appreciate you coming again.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Delphine Circle. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it will help us keep these incredible interviews coming your way. Here are 2 other episodes you may enjoy. I'm Delphine. Welcome to my circle.